I 24M have no friends and I feel okay with it. You really need to reevaluate yourself from within. I would write out a list of things you want to accomplish and hobbies. Sometimes, it's very easy to just be alone and choose to be alone. It's easy because it requires zero effort. You gotta push yourself to go outside and out of your comfort zone. Start going back to the things that you love, like hobbies and setting goals. Trust me, once you start doing that, things start to fall in place. Surround yourself in the environment you want to be in. Soon you'll meet new people and form a circle, but it will require much effort on your part. I like isolation, but once a year I like a trip with friends. I don't have extra time to go to dinner or do fun things with friends, so I don't even realize it's been a year until we plan another trip. Find a different scene. Even though there are a lot of people that like clubbing and bars in your area, I'm sure there are people that like books and movies too. Join a local book club maybe. Are you personally okay with life of isolation? If you are okay with it, then that is what matters. If you are not okay with it, then you have to make changes. Of course it is. Nothing's wrong with living in isolation as long as you feel comfort in it. We don't need to follow other people's lifestyle just to be normal. Nowadays many people tend to be fake just to fit into that society. Glad that you're not one of them. Hey friend, I'm glad you find comfort in being alone. However, sometimes it is good for us to be in the company of others, even for a short while. Have you considered joining a local club or sporting team? Perhaps finding a group that doesn't involve drinking or clubbing, which you seem to not be interested in. You're so cool with it, you write a blog post on a question-based subreddit. Okay buddy. It's totally okay to prefer to be alone. You can have friends online as well. Being alone and lonely are two different things. I love being alone, but I do get lonely on occasion. And I am going to assume that you live with easy access to the internet and you are plugged in most of your day. Here is a modern-day test of whether you like being alone or not. Turn off your digital media, social and passive media for a week. If you were fine after that week, I would say you were happy being alone. If you are having a hard time after, what you might be experiencing is withdrawal, and that could mean you are living your normal life addicted to shots of dopamine from scrolling, gaming, or just consuming passive media. I believe they are calling it popcorn brain now. Know that like any other addiction, it gets more and more difficult to keep your brain happy, and you need to consume more and more media to stay in the same emotional state. It isn't sustainable. You will eventually move from being happy to be alone to simply being lonely. You will look back in 10 years and regret not using your youth to get out of your comfort zone and experience life. You have all the time in the world to be a hermit from your 30s to death if you must, but having wasted my 20s myself, I don't wish this outlook on anyone. If you truly liked isolation and were happy, you wouldn't need to tell us. If you're unsure about it, then you could be seeking validation from strangers. If you are unhappy, then this thread is a cry for help from randoms telling you it's not healthy and you need to change. Given the context, and I don't mean to be rude by this, but what's your point? Why are you telling us this? It's okay until you blow your brains out due to loneliness in 10 years. We would get along Earl if we lived close, to be honest. At least this is what I'm feeling reading this. Totally fine. I have no social skills, and friends end up leaving before anything can escalate to a real friendship, Earl, anyway. If we're happy, then it's cool. He'll be your friend. Mate, this sounds like the tism. Did you really just ask if it's okay that you're comfortable and happy, not hurting or bothering anyone? Actually, a stupid question. It's okay to be a loner. Some people just prefer that, but you will miss out on a lot of the joys in life. In terms of meeting up with folks that do more than party, you could always try to sign up for classes and activities you like and meet people that way. I've met a lot of people through martial arts classes that had similar interests. I don't feel the need for a lot of social connection either. I don't see why it's a problem if your content and it's not impacting someone else.